Welcome to Brad's Beer Reviews. Today we're going to be reviewing one of my favorite beers of all time, and that is Natural Light. I am just kidding. Please don't shoot me. I am going to review this at some point here soon, but I picked these up last weekend because, frankly, I was playing games with some friends and I needed some easy drinking beer for game night, and this was $7 for the 12 pack. So that's how I ended up with these. Just kidding, guys, just kidding. Today we are actually going to review Sierra Nevada's Oktoberfest. This is their 2016 edition. In doing some research, first of all, I should say that I was looking at the label here and I noticed that it says fall seasonal on the left hand side of the bottle and then one time only on the right hand side of the bottle if you're facing it. And the one time only is what surprised me, because surely they don't make Oktoberfest one time and they're done with it, right? Well, come to find out, what they do is each year they partner with a different brewery out of Germany to get a different idea or a different representation or different take on the style. And this year they actually worked with Mars Bra. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong, I'm not German. Kat, I'm going to tag you in this video when I post it on Facebook. Maybe you can tell me how I'm supposed to say that. But they are out of Bamberg, Germany, I believe it was. And so that's who they worked with this year. I looked up some information on the Sierra Nevada website, which you can go to at sierranevada.com. And it says the food pairings are roast pork, cheese would be cheddar, and desserts would be apple strudel. That's one of the questions that my wife usually has about beer. Or was it Kevin? Some people say he's my wife. I'm joking, guys. That's my best friend. You saw him on my last reviews, Beast Mode Kev. Look him up on YouTube. But I actually think it was him that asked about the food pairings. And so I thought I might try to including those in videos. Yeah, so that's what that is. I've got my trusty Sierra Nevada glass here we're going to use. I don't get a lot of use out of this glass, but it's a nice glass nonetheless, and I got it pretty cheap. All right, so Beer Advocate gives this beer an 86. Rate Beer gives it an 85 overall and a 99 for the style. I'm expecting this to be a good beer. It's 6% alcohol by volume. It's 30 on the IBUs, so expecting some bitterness on it. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get to the fun part and open this beer up. Wow. It's not what I expected it to look like at all. Most Oktoberfest beers that I've had, in fact probably all of them, have been a dark caramel color. This looks like a lager. It's pretty golden, yellow, not light. I like our old friend here, Natural Light. But it could pass as a adjunct lager, maybe a Budweiser. Quite a bit of carbonation, bubbling up, very little white head. Let's get a smell on this, guys, see what the aroma's got to offer us. It smells really good, not complex by any means. Sweetness, faint hops. I want to say I smell some malt. It actually reminds me a lot, from what I can remember, and I could be completely wrong because it's been a long time since I've had this beer, but Grolsch used to be one of my favorite lagers, and based on what I can remember, that beer, this smells very similar to that. I might have to pick up some Grolsch sometime in the hopefully not too distant future and do a review on that, see how it sets on my palate these days, because I used to love those a whole lot. Let's go ahead and get a drink. Okay, so this profile is different than the beers that I've reviewed previously on this channel. Typically, the sweetness of the beer stands forward. Again, just talking about what I've reviewed previously, the sweetness is real bold, or at least stands out more, and you get more hop bitterness towards the back end. This is reversed. The bitterness really stands out. You can tell it's 30 IBUs, and the sweetness is a faint finish, which actually kind of cleans it up. I appreciate it. Let's take another drink. Yeah, not a real complex beer. The aroma lines up with the taste very well, and by that I mean that pretty much what you smell is what you get. There's not a lot of things that I could come up to say about the flavor of the beer, and if I tried to do that, then I would just be making up crap to talk to you guys, and I don't feel the need to do that. What I can say is this is a very good beer. It is a really good beer. Very much enjoyable. I'm going to enjoy finishing it. I would give it a solid B+. Now, I don't plan on this video going the 18 minutes the stout video did, but man, that was a good beer. The Nitro Coffee Stout, if you haven't watched that, go back and watch it. But I do want to take a second to talk to you guys and see if you guys have any suggestions for the channel, other things that you would like me to do. Obviously, I love doing beer reviews. I'm going to keep doing those. But is there any formats that you'd be interested in seeing? Maybe me just sitting here drinking a beer in general, maybe not focusing so much on describing what the beer is like, but maybe talking to you guys about my day, what I'm going through. Other things that I'm interested in, one of my big passions, or two of my passions that I'll tell you about. Now, one is professional wrestling. Sorry, guilty. I've always loved it. Now, I will say in that regard that the current product really has me turned off, and I haven't watched in several weeks. I will watch Goldberg and Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series, but that's just because Goldberg hasn't wrestled in 12 years, and I'm interested to see how that goes. But otherwise, I'm really bored with the current stuff. But I have a huge collection of wrestling DVDs and Blu-rays and VHS tapes, and I love revisiting the old stuff. And another thing that I actually just recently discovered within the last year that I really am interested in, and I think it's so much fun, and that's video game collecting. Be that new systems or your retro systems. I think it's a lot of fun learning about the games that have came out, especially the rare ones that I didn't even know were made. Seeing how passionate the community is about it. It's just a lot of fun to learn about, and I haven't got to buy a whole lot yet, but I'm learning that the fun of it is the search. Going after what you want to have and looking for the best deal, not just scooping it up because it's available online, and you may spend $60 on a Super Nintendo game when you might get lucky one day if you have some patience and pick it up for $5 to $10, which is a lot easier on my pocketbook because, guys, I'm not rich by any means, but Yeah, I have a lot of fun doing that. So if you'd like to talk about video games or wrestling, music's another thing that I really love. Any of you guys that know me well know that I would like to talk some music. And so anyway, basically, I just want to get opinions on. Do you think I should just stick to the beer reviews? Would you be okay with seeing different content on here? Tell me what you think. If you've had this beer, tell me what you think about the beer. If you haven't had it, well, you may be able to still find it on the shelves. If you can, pick it up. Otherwise, you missed out on a good one, guys, because 2017 is going to give us a different recipe, and I hope I get to try that one. But this has been Brad's Beer Reviews, and we will be back with another one very shortly, so watch out for that one as well. See ya.